Hello and welcome. This is the Nigerian Television Authority, the NTA, and the program is Diplomatic Ties. Diplomatic Ties is a program that promotes the activities of diplomatic community within and outside Nigeria. On this edition, our attention is on deepening economic ties between Nigeria and Guinea-Bissau. It is on record that in 2021, in an effort to boost trade and diplomatic relations between Nigeria and Guinea-Bissau, as well as good neighborliness within the West African region, President Umaru Sissoco of Guinea-Bissau visited the Nigerian leader, President Muhammadu Buhari. At a strategic meeting between both presidents, they expressed commitment to deepening the diplomatic relations between the countries to align with economic priorities of Nigeria and Guinea-Bissau. During the diplomatic shuttle, President Buhari described the relationship between the two countries as excellent, adding that the visiting president is a brother and a true friend of Nigeria with a good vision for his own country and its people. The visiting President Umaru said, the trajectory of bilateral relations between the two countries portended not only a bright future for both nations, but also the entire West African sub-region. The diplomatic shuttle has started yielding the desired results among the two countries and other countries. Now, to shed light on this development is the Nigerian ambassador to Guinea-Bissau and Cape Verde. His Excellency John Usanga is joining us via Zoom from Bissau. Thank you so much for joining us, Your Excellency, Sir John Usanga. You look so beautiful.
Thank you so much, and thank you for having me.
It appears Guinea-Bissau is treating you so well.
Well, yeah, we're enjoying the fish, and fish is good for the body.
It's quite healthy. I'm Nancy Godi Yangunihu. The program continues. Once more, you're welcome to Diplomatic Ties, Your Excellency, sir.
Thank you so much.
As the Nigerian ambassador to Guinea-Bissau, what is your assessment of the economic ties between the two countries? That's Nigeria and Guinea-Bissau.
Well, one thing you cannot wish away from the relationship between Nigeria and Guinea-Bissau is that we are brother countries and we have a very cordial and robust relationship. But that relationship is mostly expressed at the political level, where we have consistently contributed immensely to Guinea-Bissau in terms of support for democratic drive and security. And we are very quick to respond when it comes to that aspect. Unfortunately, the economic ties existing between the two countries are very loose and at low ebb. 99% of Nigerians doing business here are at the informal sector, mostly people trading in articles, spare parts, and textile materials. That's why upon my arrival here, I took it upon myself to vigorously pursue a much more meaningful and mutually beneficial economic relations between our two countries to consolidate the warm political relations that we are fortunate to have.
Your Excellency, you're saying that the economic ties, the economic activities between the two countries are at the lowest ebb. But in 2021, the president of Guinea-Bissau visited President Muhammadu Buhari, and both leaders agreed to improve the economic ties between the two countries. Does it mean that agreement didn't have any impact on the economic ties?
Yeah, President Mbalo is someone who is very passionate about the development of his country. Since his coming to power, he has visited at least 20 countries and making giant strides in marketing Guinea-Bissau and making it a very beautiful bride to be desired by all. I would say that every effort he has made to draw us into deeper economic ties has certainly yielded positive results. Why? Because his frequent visits to Nigeria is also a factor in giving impetus to my drive to ensure that we as Nigerians, would woo and capture the heart of this beautiful bride that he's making of Guinea-Bissau. So our drive is expected to expand the frontiers of our economic relationship in the very nearest future. I can assure you of that.
All right, as the head of the diplomatic mission of Nigeria to Guinea-Bissau, what magic wand did you employ to improve the economic ties?
Magic wand, yeah.
Yes, of course.
Okay, the very moment I assumed duty at post, I noticed the huge potentials of this country situated in the ECOWAS sub-region that is hardly even known within the ECOWAS sub-region itself. I was amazed at what I witnessed with my two eyes. I'd said to myself, look, together, Nigeria and Guinea-Bissau will feed the world from Guinea-Bissau.
Wow.
I can't even imagine or remember how I expressed this on national television, to the extent that people always confront me with this thing that I say, that will feed the world from Guinea-Bissau. Mm-hmm. I said, okay, but since that time, I have made it a priority to carry out a vigorous advocacy from top to bottom for the direction of attention of ECOWAS, by which I mean Nigeria in the lead for the development of the country. My drive is anchored on the fact that within the ECOWAS sub-region itself, it is very easy to mobilize for the defense of democracy and stability through the mobilization of military forces. And if that is the case, and we could easily do that, we could also duplicate that on the economic front. So I began to talk to my colleagues in the diplomatic corps and higher governing authorities to begin to jointly direct attention to the economy, while we also work to maintain political stability. Our action plan is a direct interface of entrepreneurs from both the public and private sectors, forging a common goal while the politicians do their thing. After all, no visible organ of the body, in my observation, is ever suspended for the other one to function. So I can assure you that in the coming few weeks, we will begin to see this dream in a tangible and visible reality.
You're saying that politicians actually, they do their things, they come and go, and government remains in power. You talked about Nigeria and Guinea-Bissau feeding the whole world. What major goods are the two countries trading in?
Well, as I said earlier, we only have informal trade for the time being. The relationship is mainly informal sector, where you have people from selling spare parts from Nigeria and cashew nuts from Guinea-Bissau. Of course, the spare parts are not of Nigerian origin. And so we import spare parts from other places, and then we sell them here. We import clothing materials from other places, and we sell them here. And not being made in Nigeria, it is not of benefit to us. But we do have some of the two Nigerian companies who have attempted to buy, I think two Nigerian companies attempted to buy cashew nuts from Guinea-Bissau. We expect to expand our trade frontiers with Guinea-Bissau, such that what we will have, we will put on the table as our action plan. Our economic relationship is expected to be concretized in a much more broader sense as we bring together prospective investors of the two countries during the maiden edition of this Impact Trade and Investment Forum, which we have put together. Our mission and sister embassies and the development partners are putting this together in a business forum expected to be held on the 30th November to 4th December this year.
Where is the business?
In Bissau, Guinea-Bissau.
Okay. And Nigerians are expected to come over there, Nigerian business people.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
So in your own assessment, would you say the economic policies of the two countries favor international trade?
Yeah, the two economies have different economic cultures and policies. Both countries have incentives for attracting investments. One of the things to address in the upcoming investment forum is to x-ray both economies with a view to harmonizing aspects of policies that are conducive for smooth international trade. Of course, we have a common ground in ECOWAS. The ECOWAS protocols on movement of goods and services and enterprise is in place. We have also the Africa Continental Free Trade Area to leverage on. So I'd say, yes, we have a common ground as a springboard. We can fine-tune what needs to be fine-tuned through deliberate trade and investment policy domestically. Africans do not have to wait for perfect conditions before they do business together. You know, if you look at the Chinese, for instance, and with all due respect, or the Lebanese, they are everywhere, packing money from the streets, even in war zones. We have to start from somewhere and fine-tune as we go along. Business is like marriage. You can't teach someone how to marry. Theories will never help us. Theorize as you like. No business is risk-free. You have to start it to know what to do to make it stable. That is what we are trying to do here.
Okay, Your Excellency, now that attention is being shifted to blue economy, how are the two countries taking advantage of this development?
Yeah, blue economy is a topical issue we are going to bring to the front burner during the forthcoming forum. Okay. Nigeria needs to know that oil and gas is not the only source of foreign exchange. There's so much we can tap from the sea. The resources of the sea are enormous. And now is the time to join forces to exploit the resources of the sea together. We have the competence, we have the capacity, we have the sea open to all. I think we'll make progress in this area in the nearest future.
Your Excellency, when we come back, we talk about the forum you mentioned now. For now, we would like to take a break. This is Diplomatic Ties on the Nigerian Television Authority, the NTA. We are taking a look at deepening economic ties between Nigeria and Guinea-Bissau, and Nigerian ambassador to Guinea-Bissau and Cape Verde, His Excellency John Osanga, is our guest via Zoom from Bissau. The program continues shortly. Yes, Your Excellency, sir.
Thank you for that.
Now, Bissau Rising Impact Investment and Trade Forum, what is it about?
Bissau Rising just simply means that Bissau is rising.
Okay.
It's no more Bissau that was not known. It's Bissau that is, like I said, it has become a beautiful bride for investors. The forum is intended to bring to the fore the huge potentials of Africa, starting with Guinea-Bissau. Businessmen of African extraction are going to come together in one room to see what is available here and how they can take advantage of the huge potentials. The congregation of these business entrepreneurs will create some kind of awareness and then begin to whet the appetite to begin to look inwards. By looking inwards, I mean look to Africa, particularly ECOWAS. For example, Guinea-Bissau has 88 islands that are yet not in occupation. And yet not one of these islands is developed by an African entrepreneur for tourism. The forum will bring to the fore what is available, and hopefully business deals will be signed between the entrepreneurs. And then we take it from there and duplicate it to other places as we go along.
Now, how many countries are participating at this forum?
For Bissau Rising is actually an all-Africa thing, but right now the forum is driven by Cape Verde, Nigeria, and South Africa, with the UNDP and other partners who have keyed into the vision. Being the maiden edition, we wanted to manage what is realistic to kickstart it. We are reaching out to our other African brothers to let them understand that it is always better to start from the simple and then get to the complex. by next year, we will have to co-opt everything, every other person, and we will have something profound. But for now, it is just Nigeria, Cape Verde, South Africa, UNDP, and other companies in Bissau who have signed up to this program.
Now, if I may ask, Your Excellency, what are these countries bringing to the table? What are you looking at?
I can assure you that we are bringing so much. Each country is contributing resource persons who are well versed in their various businesses. They are also bringing their business people to come to the table in Bissau. Being at the initiative of the Nigerian Embassy, Nigeria always has played a very key role in terms of selling the idea, in terms of organization, in terms of provision of some of the resource persons who have proven records, okay, of what they have done in businesses. I'd like to add that this event is at no cost to Nigeria because thankfully our development partners took up the bill. So I want to use this medium to thank the UNDP and all the other organizations who have signed up, in advance, and for believing in the project and, putting their hands on the plow. It's going to be great, I can assure you.
So what does Nigeria stand to benefit?
Of course, Nigeria will Nigeria will bring what it has on the table.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with our creative industry, which is in high demand the world over. We have investors with capacity who will leverage on this forum to get something out of the huge potentials of this country. We are seeking to be self-sufficient in so many things. We don't have to go to Europe or America to buy what we already have. We will be better off if we collaborate amongst ourselves and then begin to see how we can reduce the pressure on foreign exchange. So I'd say that it's a win-win situation for everyone. Nigeria is going to leverage on it and is going to make something out of it. And we are going to sell what we have.
And as the forum is taking place in Guinea-Bissau, what impact will it have, on Guinea-Bissau?
Oh, yeah. Everybody is excited about this forum because apparently it's the very first edition of this kind of thing happening. Like I said, we have been mobilizing for forces to maintain stability. Now we are mobilizing for trade and investment, and everybody is excited about it. We don't even have the capacity to carry as many people as are willing to participate. But we will just try to streamline and manage within the means that we have so that we can make it very impactful. The government is excited about it. Everybody's excited about it, and they are looking forward to it very anxiously.
A win-win situation there, like you said. Now, let me just veer off. Can I ask you, are there cultural similarities between these two countries that we're talking about, Nigeria and Guinea-Bissau?
Like I said, we are brother countries. We have everything in common. Everything in common.
Culture.
The only problem I have here is that most of the things that we buy here, they're imported. I don't see why we should import carrot, onions, pepper, tomato. There's basically no reason to import these things in ECOWAS when we have them in abundance. We have similar culture, similar masquerades, just name it, everything in common. Yeah.
Okay.
Although, if I may add,
the
food is not like our kind of food. The food is Oriental-based kind of,
And you're learning to eat their food.
Yeah.
Are you getting
they also
used?
They like our fufu very well.
Okay. How about visas to that country and our country? How easily are they gotten?
There's no requirement for visa to come to Guinea-Bissau. We are ECOWAS.
Wow.
Anybody who has ECOWAS passport, by which I mean Nigerian passport, which is now called ECOWAS passport, is free to come to Guinea-Bissau. You don't need a visa. All you need is to have a negative COVID-19 test result, and you come in and you show that you are a responsible person. You are not coming to create trouble. We are not looking for troublemakers. We are looking for serious-minded investors to take advantage of the potentials of this land. The land is a virgin territory and it's up for grabs for Nigerians.
And now your diplomatic mission to Cape Verde, can we incorporate it in this conversation?
Yeah, already we are working with the Cape Verdean ambassador to, to make this happen. The Cape Verdean authorities are also waiting for us to come with the Nigerian businessmen. There's a company in Nigeria that wrote to us that they are organizing a tour of Cape Verde and Guinea-Bissau, business prospecting tour. And we have sensitized the government that, look, they should be ready for us, that we are coming in with investors. Because my challenge to these two countries has always been, look to ECOWAS for the first time. Let us forget about other places for now and see what we can do to help ourselves. And this is what I've been pushing, and we are, by God's grace, we are getting there.
On a final note, Your Excellency, I would like to ask you, what would you want to be remembered for in this your mission? Guinea-Bissau and Cape Verde.
I contributed my quota, and I told them when I arrived here that I'm light, and wherever there's light, darkness must disappear. Exactly. The things that I've done here speak volumes. They speak for themselves. I don't like to ring my bell. By the time I leave here, the people will judge whether I've done well or I have not done well.
Thank you, Your Excellency,
so much
for coming on Diplomatic Ties. Your Excellency John Osanga, we wish you all the best in your diplomatic mission to Guinea-Bissau and Cape Verde.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks.
Such a pleasure.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
Thank you.
Yeah. Been speaking with Nigerian ambassador to the Guinea-Bissau and Cape Verde, His Excellency John Osanga, via Zoom from Bissau, bringing us up to speed with efforts at deepening economic ties between Nigeria and Guinea-Bissau. Diplomatic Ties returns to your sets by this time next week. This is Nancy Godiangoni, who's signing off on behalf of the production crew.